Hello everyone, my name is Triana. I'm one of students from Diploma 3 English Department. This next occasion, I would like to present Chapter 2, Content and Style. Okay, the first is length. All correspondence should be long enough to explain exactly what the sender needs to say and the receiver needs to know. Your style and the kind of language you use can also affect the length. Too long. There are a number of things wrong with the letter. Though it tries to advertise the products and the company itself, it is too wordy. Too short. There are a number of problems with this letter. Number 1, it should have begun "Dear Mr. Aaron" and ended "Yours sincerely," as the writer knew Mr. Aaron's name from his letter to inquiry. Number 2, neither the date nor the reference number of the inquiry are quoted. Next, number 3, ideally a catalog should be included with a reply to an inquiry about a company's products or indication of a website if the company has one. Number 4, when a catalog is sent, attention should be drawn to items which might be of particular interest to the inquirer. Number 5, a price list should be included if prices are not given in the catalog. Next, the right length. Here is a more suitable letter. It is neither too short nor too long. It provides all the relevant information Mr. Aaron might need, and draws his attention to some specific products which may be of interest to him. Next, order and sequence. As well as containing the right amount of information, your letter should also make all the necessary points in a logical sequence, with each idea or piece of information linking up with the previous one in a pattern that can be followed. Unclear sequence. The letter is difficult to understand because there is no clear sequence or logical order. Clear sequence. Here is a better version of the same letter, in which the ideas of and information are in a logical order. Next, planning. The way to make sure you include the right amount of information and in the right order is by planning. Ask yourself what the purpose of the letter is and what response you would like to receive. First paragraph. The opening sentence or paragraphs is important as it sets the tone of the letter and creates a first impressions. Generally speaking, you will thank your correspondent for their letter. If necessary, introduce yourself and your company. Middle paragraphs. In the middle paragraphs, planning is most important to make sure your points are made clearly, fully, and in a logical sequence. Next, final paragraph. At the end of your letter, if it is a reply and you have not done the beginning, you should thank your correspondent for writing. You may want to restate briefly one or two of the most important points you made in the main part of your letter. Style and language. Simplicity. Commercial correspondence often suffers from an old-fashioned, pompous style of English which complicates the message and gives readers the feeling that they are reading something written in an unfamiliar language. Next, courtesy. Your style should not, however, be so simple that it becomes rude. Idioms and colloquial language. It is important to try get the right tone in your letter. This means that generally asking, you should aim for a neutral tone, avoiding pompous language on the one hand and language which is too informal or colloquial on the other. Clarity. Your correspondent must be able to understand what you have written. Abbreviation and initial. Abbreviation can be useful because they are quick to write and easy to read. But both correspondents need to know what the abbreviation stand for. If you are not absolutely certain that an abbreviation or set of initials will be easily recognized, it is best not to use it. Numbers. Numerical expression can also cause confusion. For example, the decimal point in British and American usage is a full stop, but a comma is used in most continental European countries. Preposition. Special care should be taken when using preposition. There is big difference between to, by, and from. Next, accuracy. Spelling, punctuation, and grammar should all be checked carefully. Many people have come to rely on the spell checker in their computer to ensure that there are no spelling mistakes. Titles, name, and addresses. Use the correct title in the address and salutation. Spell your correspondent name correctly and write their address accurately. If you do not know your correspondent, do not assume that they are one sex or the other. Next, references. When replying to a letter, fax, or email, quote all references accurately so that it is immediately clear to your reader what you are writing about. Prices, measurements, etc. Special care should be taken when quoting prices or giving specifications such as measurements or weight. Quoting this incorrectly can cause serious misunderstandings. Enclosures and attachments. Always check that you have mentioned in your letter or attach them to your email. When ordering, make sure you quote the other number correctly, especially in international trade where mistakes can be very expensive in both time and money. Okay everyone, that was about my explanation, and thank you for your attention.